The CIA says telekinesis is real. In 1993, the CIA created a document basically proving the existence of remote viewing, extrasensory perception, and telekinesis. If my 7-year-old self would have seen this, he would have shit his pants. Because since I watched the TV show Heroes, I always wanted to have telekinetic powers and move things with my mind. But I was told, no, you don't have telekinetic powers, you can't move things with your mind, you have to go get a real job. Well, who's laughing now, Grandma? Of course, this project was given funding on the basis that it would be used to find military applications. I swear if leprechauns existed, they would enlist them. But regardless, this project was given $2 million funding by the Defense Intelligence Agency. Cha-ching! So there was research being done on this from the mid to late 1850s all the way through the 1960s. And this, I'm not talking about guys with crystals and tin vans, no. I'm talking about guys like Dr. J.B. Wright at Duke University, who, quote, reasonably proved the existence of telepathy, clairvoyance, and psychokinesis. There was also Dr. Robert John, the dean of the aerospace department at Princeton, who studied psychokinesis, precognition, and remote viewing. The CIA caught wind of this and said, you know what, I think these knuckleheads might be onto something. So, bada bing, bada boom, Operation Stargate was born. By the way, in case you don't know, remote viewing is the ability to see something that you are not physically looking at with your eyes. This can be at a close range, so something I could say I'm describing the apartment next to me, or this can be far range, I'm describing a castle in Ireland, right? The trials in remote viewing were actually extremely successful. Subjects were able to describe locations at close range and at long distance with a shocking accuracy. Unfortunately, though the file is declassified, Unfortunately, though the file is declassified, a lot of it is still redacted, so we don't get what I suspect to be the processes of how they actually brought this to be. They give us one process, which is that they used coordinates to as some sort of stimulus for the remote viewing process. But other than that, we just have to make do with some yummy breadcrumbs that they leave us. So there's a few hints that they leave us. One is that goal orientation is more important than actual psychological state of the subject. Number two is some people have an innate ability to do well. And number three is that there may be a connection with a certain brain activity when it comes to psychic processes like remote viewing. But at the end of the day, the research team concludes that remote viewing is definitely real. The only way that it couldn't be real if somehow the evidence was tampered with, and they found no reason to be why that would be the case. So the conclusion, remote viewing is real, guys. Woo! Yeah! High five! Bam! They also say that certain publications have proven with good evidence that paranormal effects have been demonstrated and are replicable. In describing parapsychological phenomena, they said that there are two kinds, information and energetic. Informational is being able to describe data, right? Remote viewing, being able to describe something that you can't see. Precognition, being able to see the future. Extrasensory perception. On the other hand, energetic is influencing material and biological structure. So this would be more akin to, something like telekinesis or something like that, So in conclusion, the fact that this is declassified obviously means that every major intelligence agency in the world already knows about this and probably doesn't even find it interesting anymore. Don't forget, this was in 1993, so this is 33 years ago, and so imagine what they're doing now. Also, is it a troll? I don't know. I can't answer that, but what I do know, or what I do believe, is that research has been done on it. Conclusive research has been done on it, and yeah, it exists. I mean, that's what I'm getting here. What does that mean for us? Well, I think a lot of us in this present moment, for whatever reason, are experiencing heightened psychic abilities, right? We're kind of able to hear thoughts or have intuition, be able to kind of predict the future almost. I'm certainly experiencing some weird stuff like that. I think a lot of people today are. And so I would just say, be curious and explore it, and don't take it lightly. Unless it scares you, then curl up in a fetal position. If you've watched to the end, thank you and congrats on your attention span. I would love to continue this conversation in the comments. Much love. Goodbye. That was it. Woo!